Something just snapped inside Washington, and Donald Trump knows it. For the first time ever, Republican senators are openly rebelling against him. The Senate is preparing to vote on a resolution that could strip Trump of his war powers. And here's the shocking part. Trump has privately admitted that he doesn't know how to stop them. This isn't just another political loss. It's the start of something much bigger. Right now, behind closed doors, power is slipping away faster than anyone ever expected. What's really happening here? Stay with me, because once you hear what's going on, you won't look at Washington the same way again. Behind the scenes, something monumental is unfolding. This isn't just about one vote. This is about the beginning of a real power struggle. For the first time, Republican senators are questioning Trump, not just his policies, but his entire approach to leadership. The War Powers Resolution, which could severely limit his ability to use military force at will, is about to come to a head. But why does this matter? Why should you care? Because this vote represents far more than a procedural fight. It's the moment where Trump's grip on the party could shatter. It's the first time in years that members of his own party are seriously considering defying him. And that rebellion, it signals something massive. The question is, what happens when the party stops fearing him? This is where it gets real. Donald Trump's panic isn't just a theory, it's backed by what's happening right now. A quote from one of the senators involved in the revolt says it all: "We can't let him control this anymore." These aren't just empty words. This rebellion has been building for months, and now it's about to break into the open. Trump's war powers, his ability to act unilaterally in military matters, are under direct threat. And make no mistake, this isn't about politics, it's about control. The one thing Trump fears more than anything is losing control of the narrative, and this is exactly what's happening. The Senate revolt is a direct challenge to Trump's carefully constructed image as the unchallenged leader. And that, it changes everything. As the situation intensifies, it becomes clear this isn't just a small fracture. This is a full-blown rebellion. And what's more disturbing is how familiar this feels. It echoes moments in history when power structures began to crumble from the inside. Look at the precedent. When leaders lose the support of their closest allies, it's the beginning of the end. Trump has spent years building his empire on dominance, on the belief that his will is law. But now senators from his own party are challenging him openly. They're not just disagreeing, they're dismantling his justifications, exposing the cracks in his authority. And here's where it gets dangerous for Trump. Once that perception of inevitability starts to crack, it doesn't just stay cracked, it shatters. And when that happens, there's no going back. And just when you think it can't get worse for Trump, it does. The rebellion isn't just gaining traction, it's gaining strength. Senators like Rand Paul are stepping up, not quietly, but boldly, calling out Trump's military justifications in ways no one has dared before. Paul doesn't hold back. He questions the very core of Trump's foreign policy. Why are we talking about regime change? Why are we using vague threats as a justification for military escalation? It's not just an intellectual debate. It's a direct challenge to Trump's core beliefs. And that's the real kicker. The moment Republicans like Rand Paul start dismantling the narrative, Trump's foundation begins to crumble. Because when even his own party starts questioning him this openly, it isn't just a policy disagreement. It's a sign that his grip is slipping. And once that trust is gone, it doesn't come back. Now, things are escalating fast. What seemed like a single vote is quickly snowballing into a full-blown crisis. Senators are stacking up against Trump on multiple fronts: budget cuts, scientific research, and now war powers. These aren't isolated issues. They're part of a larger pattern of defiance, and it's happening right in front of us. In just a matter of weeks, Trump has gone from calling the shots to desperately trying to hold on. And here's the real question. What happens if this continues? What happens when the Senate, once loyal, no longer fears him? If this rebellion spreads, Trump's influence will be tested in ways he never imagined. And if he loses this fight, it's not just a loss of power, it's the collapse of his narrative. This isn't just a political fight, it's the beginning of a real shift in the power dynamics of Washington. Let's take a step back and think about this from your perspective. This isn't just about Trump or the senators, it's about what this means for ordinary people. If the Senate succeeds in limiting Trump's war powers, it changes the entire landscape of American politics. For years, Trump's brand of politics has been built on fear, on military power, on the idea that only he can keep America safe. But Now that narrative is being questioned. For you, this isn't just a political debate. It's about how the people in power influence your life, your safety, your future. If Trump's unchecked authority starts to slip away, what does that mean for you? If this moment feels familiar, if you're starting to see the larger picture, say so in the comments. This is bigger than just one man. It's about how power shapes all of us. This isn't just about Trump's ego or his power. It's about the system that lets this happen in the first place. We need to ask, how does someone like Trump rise to such power? The answer lies in the mechanics of fear and spectacle. For years, he's relied on a system that rewards chaos, that uses fear to consolidate power, and that suppresses dissent through intimidation. This isn't just a man wanting control. It's a system of incentives, a machine that operates on spectacle. The problem now is that those same systems are starting to break down. The Senate revolt, the budget rejections, the bipartisan coalitions, they all expose a deeper truth. Power doesn't just come from authority, it comes from belief. And right now, that belief is being tested. Trump has spent years creating the illusion of control, but that illusion is crumbling. And once it does, it won't just be a political loss, it will be a systemic failure. As we look ahead, the path forward is anything but clear. Two possibilities are emerging, and both are uncertain. One path sees Trump doubling down, clinging to his power with even more force, trying to rally his base and pressure Congress into submission. But the cracks are already there, and that approach could push more Republicans away, leading to even greater defiance. The other path is far more unpredictable. What if Republicans, sensing the writing on the wall, start to look beyond Trump? What if they begin to plan for a future where Trump is no longer the focal point? That would leave Trump in a position he's never been in before, reacting to events rather than controlling them. The momentum is already shifting, but the question is, which way will it go? The future is still in motion, but one thing is certain. This isn't just a political moment. It's the beginning of a new phase, and it's already unfolding. This is where the story shifts. It's no longer about Trump holding on to power. It's about what happens when that power starts to slip. Once the perception of inevitability fades, so does the strength that has always defined him. The question is no longer whether Trump can control the future. It's how much of it he's already lost. This Senate rebellion, the war powers vote, the cracks in his party's loyalty, all of it signals the beginning of the end of Trump's unchallenged dominance. But here's the thing. This moment isn't just about Trump. It's about what comes after him. What happens when the party he once controlled starts imagining a future without him? This is the most dangerous question for a strongman leader, because once that question is asked, it never fully disappears. And it's the question that's reshaping the Republican Party right now. Want to know what comes next? Follow and subscribe for continued analysis. The story isn't over yet.